the magic of webinars. If you've been on a webinar lately, you may be aware that webinars are one of today's hottest marketing trends. Each and every week, you'll find small business owners hosting webinars about book publishing, blogging, and even how to sell t-shirts online. No matter what your niche or industry, webinars are a great option for growing your business. 3 Powerful benefits. Every webinar offers one list building. Perhaps the number one reason to host a webinar, especially if you partner with another business owner in a complementary niches to grow your list. Here's why it works so well. As a business owner with resources and information to share, you're in demand, and there are plenty of others out there looking to partner with you. Find a colleague in a related niche to host your event. Ask her to mail her list with an offer to join you both on the call. Collect emails in your mailing list system. Any sales you make from the event will pay your partner an affiliate commission. That way you both win, you build your mailing list, and she earns cash for her time. 2 Show off your expertise. You've probably heard plenty of people talking about the know, like and trust factor. It's a simple reminder that very few people will buy from you the first time they encounter your website or get an email from you. They need more info. A webinar is a powerful way to build up their trust. Because they can hear your voice, and maybe even see your face, there's an instant connection. Not only that, but you get to impress them with your knowledge of the topic. Your audience will walk away not only knowing you better, but also with the impression that you are the go-to person in your niche. 3 Sell to a captive audience. Here's a fact you may not have considered: webinar attendees are primed to buy. Make them an irresistible offer, and you'll be amazed at how effective selling from the stage can be. What's irresistible? Try these proven tactics: fast-acting bonuses just for those who buy while on the call or shortly after it ends. Deep discounts available only for a limited time, typically if they buy before midnight of the day of the event. Both plans have worked for thousands of webinar presenters, and will work for you, too. Whether you've never hosted a webinar before, or you're already an old hand, there's little doubt that this is a tool that really performs. The amount of time you spend preparing and promoting is minor compared to the potential returns, so get out there and start planning your next webinar event. Slide secrets: how to create attention-grabbing slide presentations. If the very thought of PowerPoint makes your eyes glaze over, you're not alone. The world is filled with incredibly boring presentations, and you've no doubt sat through your share of them. Now that you're preparing your own presentations, how can you ensure your audience doesn't feel the same way? By creating engaging, fun slides that grab and hold their attention. 1 Bullet point poison. While you may want to outline and use bullet points in your notes, the last thing that should appear on your slides are bullets. They're the hallmark of an amateur presenter, and should only be used as a last resort. Visual graphics are much more potent and help the viewer retain what you are saying longer. 2 More slides, not fewer. It's a common mistake many new, and even experienced, presenters make: too few slides. As a general rule of thumb, plan at least one slide per minute, on average. So a 45-minute presentation should have 45 slides, give or take a few. You don't want to be talking on and on for one slide as it becomes monotonous. 3 Fewer words, more images. You'll often see presentations, particularly in the corporate world, that contain nothing but words. Some presenters even read right from their slides. Talk about boring. Instead, mix up your slides to include words, images, screenshots, graphs, and other visually appealing elements. Use images that match your personality and style. For example, one of the highlights of watching any presentation by one coach is her liberal use of dog images. Not only do they help to solidify her message, but they keep the viewer entertained as well. 4 Forget branding. Like all of your web properties, you want to be sure your slides are clearly branded. Your site colors, logo, tagline, URL, and other elements help to remind viewers of who you are and what your business is. Consider creating a PowerPoint theme that you can use for all your presentations. 5 Clearly state your offer. The last few minutes of any presentation are typically reserved for your offer, so don't skimp out here. Be sure your offer is clearly presented on your final slides, including the URL, any discount or bonuses, and the deadline for claiming them. Finally, take the time to study the slides of the presenters you truly enjoy. Chances are if you are attentive to their presentation, others are as well. Follow their lead when it comes to number of slides, types of images, and how the offer is presented, and you'll soon be wowing your audience, too. Remember, model, don't copy webinar automation. The next step now that you know the benefits of webinars and how to make a great slide presentation, it's time to automate. That means turning your presentation into an evergreen webinar. You send people a link to it and they can listen anytime they want. It's convenient for both you and your audience. There are several companies that will host your evergreen webinar, including EverWebinar, Instant Teleseminar, and Stealth Webinar. You can have a link to the registration page in your autoresponder series, on your website, at the end of your blog posts, in social media posts, and in article site author resource boxes.